Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Vietnam. No, this is LA, and it's May 2013. This is Jacob Stramaglia with Truth News. I wanted to leave you guys with a nice video, because I'm going to be going, I might not be able to make a video for about a month to 2 months, so you may not see any of these awesome videos for a little while. But I wanted to leave you guys with some food for thought, because these are some very interesting times that we're living in. We're being depopulated, it's clear as day. In fact, it started in 1975 with, what's his name, Secretary of State for Nixon, Kissinger, Henry Kissinger. He started the depopulation, and then he left plans for Global 2000 with the next president. Can't think of his name right now. And so the food for thought is Farrakhan is an amazing speaker. He's probably the best truth speaker we have. Our government attacks Farrakhan with saying that he's a hate speech. He talks about hate, but that's only when he talks about the Jews, and he's not talking about hate. It's not hate speak. It's either true or it's not true. There's no hate. He's not saying to hurt anybody. He's just exposing the lies from all the Zionists, which are Jews. This is a client regime, this government, the United States of America. In fact, it's not a real government. It's just a facade. The real government is the shadow government. And they have Agenda 21. They want to get rid of the people. It was Brzezinski who once said that it used to be easier to control 1 million people than it would be to kill them. It would be harder to kill 1 million people than it would be to just control them. So you just control them through fluoride or whatever. But now it's changed. It's significantly easier to kill 1 million people than it is to control them. That's Brzezinski, and that is in fact what we're doing. I want you to look at Farrakhan. I'm leaving you food for thought. I want you to read the book The Secret Relationship Between the Blacks and the Jews. That was written by the Nation of Islam. It's 2 volumes. Oops. And in that book, they'll tell you where the white man came from. Hey, how you guys doing?
Nice throne,
Thank you. That's Rufus. And then
What's your name?
Rufus, yeah. So it talks about where the white man came from, and basically, to make a long story short, when a black woman gives birth, maybe 1 or 2 of those kids may be a little bit lighter colored. So what they would do is they would take the lighter colored people and mate them with the lighter colored people, and eventually you'd get a lighter colored people, lighter and lighter. And they did this for 200 years, and they came up with like a brown colored man, a light brown colored man, and they continued doing it for another 200 years, and they got a yellow colored man. An additional 200 years, they got the white man, and the white man is a new race. In this book, they talk about the white man, and that's where he came from. I truly believe it, and it's racist. It's like these people that were sketched out of the black man became racist and said, oh, well, this is from God. We're white. We're the chosen ones. And that's where the Jews came from. And that's the secret relationship between the blacks and the Jews. But you really got to read the book, because it talks about all the racism. It talks about how they all use ideologies such as Jesus Christ to control us. It talks about, it just really sheds a light on the lies, on the oppression. Because it's not just black people that are being oppressed, but like, I am a man, and I am only as free as my fellow man is, and I'm looking around and I'm seeing people being oppressed, people being enslaved. If you look at China, these guys work 16, 17, 18 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week. They don't get any holidays. They don't really get paid. They just make enough money to eat and pay for their room and board. So they're barely just, their whole existence is slavery. I need you guys to study the Federal Reserve. That's ran by Jews. and it's the biggest corporation in the world, and they are the shadow government is the Federal Reserve, and the people that control the Federal Reserve. Think about it. They can print cash on demand. They can print money at will, and no one's auditing these guys. No one's asking any questions. Everybody's just like, oh, okay. And our dollar, the United States dollar, is worth about 10%. So it's worth about 10 cents. That means that that falls, like, they want to get rid of 90% of mankind, and this world mostly runs on the United States dollar. At least it used to. Now it's switching over to euros and whatnot. You see drug dealers, they don't even want to accept the dollar anymore. But you have to correlate the value of the dollar with the value of mankind, and we're at 7.5 billion people, and somehow we've been staying around 7 billion people. We should be at like 13, 14, 20 billion people right now, but we're not, because of all the wars. Like the United States depopulation policy is to go into third world countries and take the people out, the leaders out, and install our government, and basically install a way to where they could all just die, so that we have access to their precious minerals and resources. And that's Kissinger. That's like straight up Kissinger. Study Kissinger. He's like the angel of death. He is the devil. He is super evil, and he's Jewish. These are things that need to be studied. I'm not anti-Semitic. I don't hate Jewish people. I don't like liars, and I don't like people like the Jewish people. They look out for the Jewish people. They don't care about other people like blacks, Mexicans, Indians. They don't care about those people. They care about the Jewish people, and that's racism. That's total racism. It's not equality. It's not fair, and that needs to be nipped in the bud right now. Again, it's not hate talk, it's either true or it's not true. And I'm telling you that Jews are in the highest positions. President Obama, if you looked at LA Times, there was a copy that said, Obama, first Jewish president, and it shows him wearing a yarmulke, or whatever, that little hat that the Jews wear. And then you've got the Freemasons, and every single leader of every Freemason establishment is the highest leader is a Zionist Jew. So what I'm saying is either true or it's not true. It's not hate. I don't hate these people. I hate liars. I hate being lied to. I hate seeing my fellow man, because I am only, like, I can go out and start a company, become a millionaire, but I am only as free as my fellow man around me. You know what I mean? I can't be happy, go to my mansion and have my money and shut my doors and be happy, because I know that there's all these people out here suffering. That's my conscience. And America is telling you, don't worry about those people. Those people deserve what they get because they're not working hard enough and they're not, pulling their own weight. But that's not true. The government is systematically getting rid of jobs so that people could not have the money to pay their mortgage and get kicked out of their house, get put onto the street. If you look at the maps, the geographical maps, they're compiling people into certain areas, and then there's other areas that are off limits to humans. And it's like, this is our earth, not the Jews' earth, or not one group of people. This earth is not owned by one group of people. This earth is for everybody. And they want to bring us down to 500 million people, or like 1 billion people. And this earth can easily carry like 20, 40 billion people living harmoniously, everybody happy, no death, no illness. So we need to look at where cancer comes from, where oppression comes from, where slavery comes from. Why is the money not being allocated to the right people? Why are there all these money that's supposed to go to after-school programs so the kids can learn and grow? But the money's not going there. It's falling in the hands of greedy people. You look at like these people with like families with trillions of dollars, when there's millions of people out there that are on the streets that have nowhere to sleep, no food to eat, and there's families with trillions and trillions of dollars. There's land that could be growing all this food, but we don't grow that food because the government doesn't want to feed us. They want us to die. They really want us to die. I'm not speaking hate. I'm either saying the truth or I'm speaking lies. It's not hate. I'm not hate. I don't hate anybody. This is either true or false. And you need to think about what I'm saying. I already have spies. Like, I am willing to give my life to make a better life for mankind. I would rather die than live and exist in a world where man is oppressed, man is lied to, and that's what this is all about. It's not about hate talk. It's not about trying to form some group of people and come after some people and kill people. That's not what I'm about. I'm about love, I'm about truth, and people need to wake up, and I'm trying to wake people up. I'm trying to show them that our government is totally lying to us. They're putting fluoride in our water, they're genetically modifying our food, they're spraying our skies with chemtrails, they're putting our children, the future generations, into these fucking, not school systems, but jail systems, and they're programming them for slavery in advance. They're not teaching them anything that has to do with life, anything that might allow them to live a better life. They don't teach them things like that. They teach them nonsense, just jargon, neo-psychology, just jargon, crap. And it needs to be stopped, it needs to be looked at, and I'm shedding light on that. I want people to change, not the Obama change. This is like zombies. Obama wants a bunch of slave zombies to just pay your taxes, go to work, come home, and they want you all living in this little fucking box. They don't want you living in a house with land where you can grow your own food and have trees to pick your own fruit. And they're taking our land. They're cutting out the jobs, so you lose your job, you can't make your mortgage, and then you lose your house, you're out on the streets, they come in and they repossess your land. This is all happening, it's systematically happening. It's 2003. We need to stop this.